All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Oil Stream. High noon on a Friday. Dusty and Tommy Gazzola with you. As always, the Oil Stream brought to you by our great partners at Boston Pizza. Make plans to join us at the Beaumont Boston Pizza next, not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. Here, give me that one over here. I got a tea. What else do you take? My tea? You got the papers. This mouse is going to hate you. Tommy's on desk cleanup duty here. Well, see, this part of the desk isn't on when I'm on lock shop. I'm on more of a tighter image there. I need those. Yeah. All right.
You want
pass me my tea over here. So I've had this tea since the morning show started. And in this Yeti, it's still warm.
That's the beauty of these.
6 hours. This tea's still warm.
Fly YEG.
This is a Fly YEG Yeti. I think Bones hooked me up with this. Anyway, it makes sense now because they're our partner, and you have another chance to qualify for the trip to Vegas coming up. Keyword just around 12:30. A little bit of a different Oil Stream today. I'm only here for the first 30 minutes. Tommy's going to take you home the rest of the way. He'll have your keyword for you around 12:30. I'm off to I guess what Maddie calls the second biggest meeting in Edmonton sports talk history.
Yes, it is. This is a good vibe around here today.
It's a nice day today, isn't it?
Yeah, like good energy.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody seems happy today. We're usually a pretty happy place.
Yeah.
But it just seems like there's a good vibe around here today.
Absolutely, there
is. Real nice.
Putting out positive vibes to the universe right now, so.
Yeah, no, it's real nice. So Tommy's going to take you home in the second half here, get to a bunch of your comments and stuff. Of course, you can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. And yes, I don't know if you saw, I retweeted a video from Boston Pizza a little bit earlier today. And Zach, you can toss out that Boston Pizza. If you go look, it wouldn't be that many tweets ago, I don't think. And I tweet a lot.
Go back. Yeah,
but it's the cheese pull on the New York Sicilian. Go take a look at this thing. They're pulling out the corner piece on one of those square one-footers, the square footers. And as it's coming up, the cheese is just... I'd like to shoot commercials like that, shoot videos like that. That'd be a lot of fun. I got a lot of time for that.
That looks... I could
right,
go...
Does that all look good?
Right
Are you starving right now? That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That looks so good.
Real nice. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Keyword for the trip down to Vegas. 2 nonstop flights from Fly YEG straight down to Vegas. That's why they're nonstop. 3 nights accommodations. Tickets to a Cirque show as well. And the flexibility to book at any point in the next year. You just have to make a decision on it 2 months after you win the trip. So yeah, that's coming up here just after 12:30 this morning. The show today is titled Heavyweight Bout. And I saw Northside Sandwich say, I assume the heavyweight bout we're talking about is the Tyson-Paul fight on Netflix, right? You guys get into this today at all in the hangout or no?
No, we didn't. No. I hate any of the Paul brothers. You
don't like those boys, eh?
Good for them.
YouTube Trev's calling a second-round knockout of Mike Tyson.
Spinal.
Yeah. You broke my back. Spinal. I want to eat his children.
Like your vertebrae? Spinal.
So, what do you mean you broke it? I broke my back. Spinal. Just legendary. Yeah. Legendary stuff from Tyson.
Damon Bunting. I had lunch with him the other day, and he's just like, you haven't seen this interview? I went and watched it after. He goes, spinal. And then a couple of times during the...
You haven't seen that?
During the lunch, he goes, spinal.
Man, we used to play that clip all the time on the show. I might even have... give me a second. I might even have that kicking around. There? Yeah, I might even have that kicking around. Oh. Zach, you might have to fire up my computer here and let me just see. I might not have it, but I think I might have it. Let me just take her. We never usually play clips on the show, but let's see here. I got Eat His Children. Spinal Long. Here it is. I knew I had it. Let's take a little bit of a listen here to we good, Zach? Yeah, all right, here we go.
Mike, were you really sick this week? What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
I mean, come on, man. That's too good. I broke my back. My back is broken. Spinal. Those are the only words that he said, the entire thing.
Like a vertebrae?
That was absolutely amazing. That's a good one. Let's see. I got one more Tyson one in here. Heavyweight belt, obviously, is the Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche, which we can certainly get to, and we will get to as we work our way through this thing. Let me just, I think I got the Eat His Children. Here. What a cycle.
My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
I feel like he's probably going to dial it back a bit for this Jake Paul fight, but who knows? We'll see how that works out.
Oh, that's too good.
Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. Check out the New York Sicilian square footers. Unbelievable. You're really going to like those. Maybe that's your plan for a little pizza here on a Friday night. Who's that happy boy on the video screen there? Connor Brown.
Yes.
Finally puts one in the back of the net. That's the type of goal you would have thought it would have got him off the schneid somewhere in like the last 30 games, right? Bounce off of him and go into the back of the net.
Off of his skate and in. What a night at Rogers Place on Wednesday.
It looked phenomenal, hey?
The vibe, the ovation that he got. I saw some texts in the text line in the nasty chat that they said the wave was started at a proper time. I can appreciate and respect that. Well done, Oil Country. And, that finally, and hopefully this does open up the floodgates. I did say I'm upgrading him back to Michael Pekka now.
Whoa, dude, after one game?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Hey, we're positivity, right? We're putting it into
I've said for a long time,
manifest.
You love Connor Brown. So
I appreciate Connor Brown, the hockey player as a whole, his season this year. I can give him credit for the defensive side of his game and the hustle, absolutely, but the overall results, no bueno. Good to see him get off the schneid. Hearing the Connor Brown song has been phenomenal.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
It is well done. We've had that was Jonty again. Jonty,
dude only drops bangers.
Yeah, him and Dallas and
we had the married couple who did "Do You Want to Score a Goal Now?"
That's right.
That was really good too. That kind of got him off the schneid.
Maybe that was the magic touch.
We played that for about 10 days before he scored. That's it.
It happened.
It's not a very big window.
It happened.
I had somebody else slide in my DMs yesterday. I think is it my Twitter DMs or was it in an email? Let me just see here quickly. Maybe it's in an email. Anyway, he says I've got a studio at home.
Yep.
And they've been working on an Evander Kane goal song. And I said, dude, when you get it done, send it over and we'll see if it's like playable.
Right.
And go from there. So like this never happened at the old place.
No.
But like here we're finding like people who are like, man, I have musical talent. I can contribute to the show.
And they have
studios. And it's awesome. Yeah, they got their own studios. They got better setup than we have at our places.
Yeah.
And full blown production and stuff. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
I'm blown away by how talented people are. And
Jonty's a freak.
I know.
Like I'm pretty sure being a musician isn't Jonty's full-time job, but it's just something he's also awesome at. Well, maybe it is.
It's not like being
sorry,
a DJ.
Jonty. No, it's not just like remixing things and stuff.
No, exactly.
There's a lot more going into it for sure. Pat Janik says Connor Brown is going to be the Fernando Pisani in the playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers.
PJ Pissjog has
that would be nice, but let's not get too carried away.
PJ back with the Blades, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Good to hear.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Blades had a successful season.
They did.
Saw Tenser tweeting about it.
Yeah.
I replied. I said, congratulations, Dan. And he replied and said, thank you.
Thank you.
That was real nice.
Thank you, Dustin.
Real
nice. PJ, I was actually with Rogan and my buddy Todd Duffin, who's with CCM, and got the update on everything. It was good to see Rogan Dean from the Oil Kings. They're mopping up a tough season, obviously, and they
got some pieces there, though, don't they?
They
usually do.
They do. The young Aginla boy is going to be great. They have Vern Fiddler's son, who's already showing pretty well, and then Serge Delojoie's kid is having a monster.
Having a nice year too. Yeah.
All
right, you can hit us up in the nasty chat, or of course you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. As we sit here in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, Norman at Combine this morning, the Nielsen Show, texted in his Popeyes receipt from yesterday. And his family's out of town. He goes, so I loaded up on Popeyes for dinner tonight and lunch tomorrow. Multiple chicken sandwiches. He got the onion rings mixed in there as well. Got 6 wings with the, the Parm flavoring.
Parm's really good.
The Parm flavoring is nice. It's nice. And then he also got the strawberry pie. Like Norman at Combine is not messing around. The family's gone, and Normal play. Norman's going to play with Popeyes.
Because the boys, he's got some big boys.
Yeah, he's got some big boys too. But yeah, he said the whole family's gone to Montana, so it's just him right now.
All right.
And he was crushing the Popeyes yesterday.
He was talking about doing like a smoker too.
What?
I'm not here tomorrow, Norm, but Awanik and YTT.
And I got the post game.
And you've got
I've got post game.
Yeah,
no, all good, buddy. I got post game tomorrow. You have to tell me what I need to expect on post game. You think?
You've handled post game.
Well, I've done a couple of them for you, but I was doing post games when they were just coming out of sucking. I think.
Yes.
Right. When were we doing Wild TV?
Wild TV was end of November. That was the end of
just as they were starting to turn it around. Yeah. But I'm excited to do post-game after an Oilers-Colorado game. Like, that
This should
be
be
a lot of
good.
fun,
And
yeah.
you have to know, but you probably already do in the back of your mind, that if they win, everything is good. There will be a few people that won't be satisfied with how they win unless it's an absolute ass-kicking, which probably won't happen.
Yeah.
And if they lose, the world's ending, and people won't be happy with how they've played, even though they're 6-1-1 in their last 8.
Don't you think no matter how they beat Colorado, people will be happy? Or, I mean, you're on the post-game all the time. There's always somebody who's like, there's a nitpick here or there type of thing. Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I guess let's say Skinner doesn't play well, but they win 5-3.
then people
I guess we
can't
have
go
that
into the
conversation,
playoffs
yeah.
with Stu Skinner.
Yeah.
And then they'll point back to the first 2 shots against Washington, and you'll be like, yeah, but he totally redeemed himself on the third shot, huge save on Ovechkin, reminiscent of Cujo 97 against Joe Nieuwendyk, Game 7.
Yeah.
PJ, Pat, sent in a side-by-side comparison.
I saw you talking about that on post.
And
yeah,
it
I
was
watching.
like, oh my goodness, it looks exactly the same. And then, I thought Skinner locked it in after those first 2 shots. I didn't like the first goal from, Miroshnichenko.
Yeah.
And then the second one was McMichael. He was kind of scrambling, bouncing puck. Not as mad about that one as the first one.
Yeah, but the save on Ovi ended up
Huge.
I still don't think, like, even if Ovi bears that one, I think the Oilers are still kind of controlling that game after that even.
Yeah.
But that was still a big save no matter what. And then the glove save he made on, I mean, 3 great saves on Ovechkin. The glove save in the third.
Yep.
That was pretty impressive. As well as T. Wilson says, there's always going to be at least one pissy fan, boys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. So, let's just stick with this then. Obviously, it's a big one. In one corner, you've got the Colorado Avalanche, and then and your Edmonton Oilers on the other side. A real heavyweight tilt here. But they play them 3 times in their last 18 games,
Good.
right?
Good. This is playoff
So-
hockey, man.
I said this morning. If Edmonton sweeps Colorado in these 3, it's going to be, oh my God, they're going to win the Stanley Cup.
Look out.
If they lose all 3 to Colorado, it's like, well, this team's not winning anything. But if these teams just split 2-1 or 1-2 the other way, there's really not much I don't think you're going to be taken away from this 3-game set.
No.
Which I would expect to
maybe you
happen.
get a feel for how teams or how the Oilers' strengths will match up against the Avs' strengths, and then vice versa. That's what we might get is a feel, and then it might be a bit of a playoff preview if it does happen. I think there's going to be some sort of split. I don't think it's going to be 1-1-1, but if Edmonton gets the better, because it was the Avs a couple years ago that had Edmonton's number, even though the Avs were all banged up, and we talked about the Oilers and how they played against Colorado going into that conference final. But by the time we got to that conference final, Colorado just knew how to handle the Oilers. They had an answer to everything that the Oilers tried, and Jay Woodcroft tried against Colorado, and they were just too strong as a whole against Edmonton. I think now that experience, that memory, it's not fresh in the Oilers' mind, but I think that they'll have that, bitter taste from back then because the majority of the team's still around from 2 years ago. I think it's going to be a tremendous series if it does happen. I think these 3 games against Colorado are going to be great.
How fast are these
great
going to be,
games.
do you think?
This is going to be playoff hockey. We're going to start watching playoff hockey tomorrow night, and we'll get a sense of where the Oilers, how they adapt, how they try to push the pace. I want to know if Edmonton can control and dictate the game against an Avs team. How much of the game can they control? How many of these lines will be able to tilt the ice? And I think we're going to get a real good barometer of where the Oilers are at against these Colorado Avalanche.
We did this experiment a week ago on our trade deadline special. But let's just take a look at Colorado's forward group right now. And their blue line and the goaltending, and then we'll match it up against the Oilers. Now, Lehkonen is day-to-day. Yep. Parise is day-to-day. So those guys would have to be included in there. Not sure what's going to happen with Landeskog.
I don't think he's...
Nobody ever knows. It's always like, oh, he's skating. But
a mystery.
You just don't really know.
Yeah.
But you have to take, in the overall bigger picture, won't include Landeskog because we don't know. But Parise and Lehkonen are day-to-day. So these guys are going to end up being in there. And when they're in there, they're basically top 6 forwards. So Colorado's lineup, last we saw them, nice comeback against Vancouver too. And I love the fact that both teams have 2 days off. So there's like no, they're tired. They played last night or third game in 4 nights.
None of that.
There's no excuses for Saturday night. Yep. I can't wait. McKinnon, Rantanen, and Nichushkin.
Yep.
Middlestad, I would think, would be with Parise and Lehkonen.
Yep.
And then that bumps Duhaime and Trennan down to play with Ross Colton. And then that would bump Kiviranta and Miles Wood down. They've got Cogliano still in the mix there as well. So forward group-wise, I mean, McKinnon and Rantanen are unreal. When Nichushkin is on, he's great. But I do think the Oilers have a better forward group.
I think that's fair. Like, bless you.
Excuse me, buddy. I'm so stuffed up, dude. This is ridiculous.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on like pills and stuff. Like, I'm just
my God.
it's gross. So, but whatever.
You're in a great mood, by the way.
I'm powering through. I got to have good momentum for the big meeting, you know?
I like it. The big meeting.
Yeah, the big meeting.
Uncle Bob. I'm
So,
just kidding.
yeah, don't say that.
I know.
It's not with
it's
stuff.
not with
Everybody
stuff.
calm down.
But
I would like to catch up with them. Yeah, forward unit.
On paper, Edmonton's deeper, right? But I think the way McKinnon, Rantanen set the tone, like everybody buys in, everyone knows their role, and there's just a good
Fair
flow
enough.
to it.
Top lines would be even, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Top lines are even.
Yes.
McKinnon and Rantanen, McDavid and Hyman. I think the Oilers would have the advantage if you're matching up Middlestad versus Draisaitl, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now with Henrique and Kane, and then some combination of Perry or Brown or whatever it is going to be on the third line, is probably better than Ross Colton, Brandon Duhaime, and Yakov Trenin.
Yes.
So I would give the check mark to the Oilers in the forward group.
And then Yakov Trenin was always a third, fourth liner with the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
Who are a wagon right now, by the way.
Yeah, oh
which
man.
is
Third,
insane.
yeah, legit 11-0-2 in their last
Yes,
13.
like that's the team where you're going, uh-oh, look out. And, a couple weeks ago, we were being like, Nashville, are they going to make the playoffs? Now it's like,
they're
don't
flying
play them in
right
the
now.
playoffs.
It's impressive.
The Edmonton forward unit on paper, deeper.
Okay.
No questions. And then people go, oh, fourth line. Listen, even the fourth line, like you're looking at Andrew Cogliano, who's been around forever. Freddie Olofsson, good player. Caleb Jones, they 11-7, obviously, on daily faceoff. So I would give Edmonton the check mark on the forward unit. Defense is where you might go, bit of a different story, certainly. Probably looking at Colorado's defense and going, that's
the blue line,
good.
yeah. Let's just head right there. Yeah. Taves and Makar, who I had as the top pair of my Canadian Olympic team blue line today. So Samuel Girard and Josh Manson.
Pretty good.
Excellent second pair. And then Jack Johnson, a veteran, and Sean Walker. And the Oilers' blue line is much more comparable to this now than it would have been a couple of years ago.
Sure.
When you had an Ekholm and a more experienced Bouchard and some of the guys.
Engaged.
Desharnais different now. But the check mark still goes to the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes, as a whole.
On the blue line.
Like, if you were attacking this Avs blue line, you're probably looking at Jack Johnson and Sean Walker and going, okay, like, burn Jack Johnson with speed and pummel Sean Walker.
Yeah.
Throw the puck in his corner and just attack him as much as
that
you
top
can.
four is tough, though.
Exactly. Like, Manson's just a really good defenseman. Gerard, obviously, smooth. Not the biggest guy. Maybe you want to go after Gerard, too, because he's not that big.
But they got him paired with Manson.
I know.
Right, so...
And then Taves and Makar, it's like, how do you try to get the puck away from those guys?
And then between the pipes.
Edmonton.
Yeah, I think it has to be Edmonton.
No offense to Georgiev.
Georgiev, I think it was NHL Network. I retweeted them yesterday. And they're like, Georgiev has been very reliable. And I was like he just got a save percentage above 900. It was hovering around like somewhere in the 890s most of the season. How can you say that that's been reliable? He's played a lot.
This goaltending that Colorado has made work over the last 5-6 years. It started with Grubauer, went to Kemper, now it's Georgiev.
Won it with Kemper. It was enough with Kemper, but they were in the goalie market prior to the deadline.
Right.
Like, they can't be overly confident in what they have between the pipes. So I would check the box for goaltending in favor of the Edmonton Oilers as well.
I know, and there's probably some people being like, how can you say that?
Yeah.
Stuart Skinner. And you're like, I think another indicator, there was the Seattle game. There was obviously the way he cleaned things up against the Washington Capitals. And there's been a few instances with Stu Skinner, the Boston game I'll point to as well, where you're just like, okay, good signs that he's starting to come around a little bit. Listen, the Buffalo one, I hated that Bryson goal, and that was a bad one. But overall, in the last couple of weeks, it seems like Skinner is elevating his game, and I think that's a good indicator. I'm comfortable in saying check mark to the Oilers in tomorrow night's goalie matchup.
This text, or it's a nasty chat from Nick, says, guys, I think the blue lines are a wash. And I don't think you can say that when one of them has Cale Makar.
No.
right? Bouchard's having a really nice offensive season. Ekholm's very steady. Nurse has been good. But Cale Makar could take over the series. None of the Oilers defensemen can take over the series.
No.
They just can't.
No, you take over the series is special. It's elite. You have Oilers defensemen that can leave an imprint on a series. Yep. You know, maybe Ekholm defensively.
Well, Bouchard could end up with 10 points in 7 games.
Exactly, but he's not taking over games. Bouchard, his impact is it's situational, and obviously he takes full advantage, power play, offense. But Makar all over the ice, like he can just dominate. So I appreciate the love and positivity going towards the Oilers' blue line. It's better than it has been in the last couple of years, certainly. But I still think all day, every day, most people are taking Colorado's defense over Edmonton's. And Makar and Taves are outstanding. And then you look at the other 4 guys and you go, yeah, that's pretty good.
Anyway, we're going to finally get a real good look at it Saturday night. We will have... But pregame start at 6:30 Saturday night with Matty Iwanek, and then I'll slide on in postgame with YouTube Trev as well. We'll have your keyword coming up here just after 12:30 today for a chance to qualify, and Zach will call somebody a little bit later on in the oil stream. Tommy's going to take you through 12:30 to 1 o'clock today. But I want to rank. These are my rankings of the 8 playoff teams in the West.
Okay.
Power rankings, and look, I prepared for it. I typed them out.
And printed.
Typed and printed.
Iwanek didn't laminate that for you.
He does have that laminator, doesn't he?
He loves the laminator.
I should start laminating papers around here. That'd be a lot of fun. Because then you can write on them with a marker and stuff, right?
He does that, too.
Does he?
Yeah.
It's a little much, isn't it? Like,
he's very meticulous.
Yeah. Guys, you are underestimating Bouchard. Have you forgotten last year's playoffs? Yeah, but but you guys, are you putting Bouchard on the same level as Makar? Because I don't think I can sit here and say, yeah, okay, I'll take that. I just don't think I can, man. I just watch them play, and Makar's he's a cheat code. Bouchard's been amazing, but Makar's a cheat code.
We had the flip side of that argument. That was Andrew that came in with that one, right? Or was it? No, it was X-Ray J.
X-Ray J.
X-Ray J is about 14 beers deep right now, by the way. He's still sticking
He's coming off the night shift. He's been drinking all morning.
Yeah, exactly. And he qualified. So
yeah.
No, Bouchard can swing more wildly. And then I saw it was Cody said, aren't Makar's defensive stats pretty suspect this year? He's still like he's best
still
defenseman in the league. Like, maybe he's not a defensive guru by any means, but like, you're looking at that guy and you're going, I would have him on the ice all the time if I could. Defensive zone, offensive zone, obviously. Arrow up to Cale Makar.
If you actually think they're a wash, I'll ask you right now. You're starting a franchise. Who are you taking?
Cale Makar.
Exactly. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the end of discussion right there.
We had texts when Edmonton lost to Columbus and then to Buffalo of people saying, Bouchard sucks. What the hell is he doing?
I always say that.
And it was just a tough three days for him. So,
all right, here are your playoff teams in the West ranked 1 through 8. Power ranking of these right now.
Very impressive. Let's go.
Number 8. I'm going to go number 8. I'm going to start at the bottom. A list is always better when you build up anticipation towards the top, right?
Okay, yeah.
Number 8 on the list, the Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah,
I don't think it's debatable.
No.
Goaltending's suspect. Sus, I think some people say. Goaltending sus. Zacticum, is that what people say?
Reacted to sus
They say sus. You thought, was I right? Do people say sus?
You were 110% right. You got it.
Lingo. I got that lingo.
That take is not dust.
Is that something too?
Did I not use that right?
It's not dust?
Yeah.
See, it is dusty, right? Like you use it like dusty.
He is dusty.
He is dusty.
But I'm not dusty.
And I'm dusty at hockey. And Trev's the duster. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So you and Trev are both dusty at hockey.
I tried, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This take is dust.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The sus. That was pretty suspect.
You lit
though.
up like a Christmas tree when it said sus.
We're learning about it. We're learning about it. Yeah, when I said sus, he's like, oh. I like fitting in with the kids, you know?
He did like the finger snap.
Anyway.
I'm kidding.
Kings goaltending, sus.
Yes.
They're going to be number 8 on the list. I don't know if this is going to surprise people, maybe not, but the number 7 team on my list for power ranking the teams in the playoffs right now, the Dallas Stars. I'm going to put the Dallas Stars in there.
Okay.
Jake Ottinger has not been what you would expect from Jake Ottinger. Huss just laid it on the lock shop. Jake Ottinger this year in high danger scoring, his save percentage for high danger scoring chances.
Yep.
The only goaltender who's played 1,000 minutes with worse numbers is Vanecek in New Jersey. That's it.
And they want to get rid of it.
Like, yeah, nobody even wants that dude.
Yeah.
So Ottinger has, I think Ottinger could flip a switch maybe, but Ottinger has been way too leaky for me to put Dallas any higher on this list right now.
I look at Dallas, and even though they have a pretty solid lineup, they've been very consistent all season. They have a good defense.
I like their roster. I do.
It's a very good, great coaching and Pete DeBoer, but I still see them as beatable for whatever. When I put it all together, I go Dallas can be had.
So I have Dallas just above the Kings.
Okay.
Stars at 7, Kings at 8. The number 6 team on my power rankings of the playoff teams in the West, I'm going to go with the red hot Nashville Predators.
Even still.
Yeah, I'm still just going to put them. I mean, they've had a hell of a run, but a lot of these teams have had hell of a runs throughout the season. They're just happening to have theirs right now.
Yeah.
11-0-2 in their last 13. Obviously, they have a goaltender who can change the game in UC Saros. And as far as defensemen who can take over hockey games, maybe not to the level of Cale Makar, but man, Roman Josi, watching him against the Jets, I was like, dude, Roman Josi, I think I told you that on the pregame that night. I was just like, man, I'm watching this Jets-Preds game, and Roman Josi's putting on a freaking masterclass right now. So maybe I should have them. Maybe I should have them a little bit higher, but I think that's fair. I'm going to put them in 6th spot right now, the Nashville Predators.
Vancouver to 6.
See, so I have Vancouver at 5.
Okay.
And we can have this Vancouver conversation because this was Ice's pardon on the Nielson show today. I've seen some things popping about the Canucks versus like elites and versus playoff teams. And it was Canucks Army, who I think had it last night.
Irf Gafar.
The number was against top 10 teams in the National Hockey League this season. The Vancouver Canucks are 15-5-3. And their winning percentage against the top 10 teams is better than their winning percentage against the other bottom 20. And I was just like, wait a second, because I always look at it. I'm just like you. I'm just like, I don't know if they get it done in the end. But they've been beating really good teams
and that's
all season. So, I mean, I have them at 5. You said you might put them at 6.
Yep.
Part of me thinks they probably deserve. Like the Oilers have been since when was the November Washington game? What's their record? They're like how many 9 or whatever it is?
35, 10-1 or something like that.
And they're still significantly behind the Vancouver Canucks. You know what I mean? Like the Oilers have been they've been on the best stretch in franchise history, and they still can't catch the Canucks. And I still have the Canucks number 5 on this list. So I feel like I might still be disrespecting them.
The body of work in the postseason isn't there for this Canucks team.
Yeah.
And until they could very well do it and go on a tear in the postseason, that's a great sign that their numbers against the elites this year is there. But I think watching them these next 3 weeks here, that'll give us a bit of an indicator where they're at and if they're going to be a beast in the postseason because there's going to be an elevation in play. We're starting to see it already. And if the Canucks follow suit and pick up their pace, I think Rick Tocchet will have them there. But I still think just because...
So you would have the Preds just ahead of the Canucks?
Yeah, I might have the Preds.
I think I'd still have the Canucks ahead of the Preds. And to be honest with you, it's kind of disrespectful. Well, maybe it's not. I have the Canucks at 5. I have the Golden Knights at 4. And the Golden Knights have been, not a train wreck, but here's another one for Zach. The Golden Knights have been as mid as possible since...
What does that mean?
Like in the middle, right? They've been like mid-tier.
Okay, I'm reading too much into it.
No, it's just, it is what it is.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Listen, this pizza is mid.
Yeah, the pizza's mid. It wasn't good. It's less used as like middle of the pack,
more so
but
what?
you were expecting something a little bit more.
Yeah,
but it's just below par. It's mid.
The Golden Knights have been mid since they had that nice hot start. And we still have them. I have them ahead of the Canucks, and I'm like, but they are the defending Stanley Cup champions. They do have a really good blue line when everything's healthy on it.
I think they're going to be a beast.
You think? Yeah, I know. Yeah. You had them really high.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Knights at number 4. I'm going to go the Winnipeg Jets at number 3. I'm going to go Colorado Avalanche at number 2. And I'm going to put the Edmonton Oilers in the top spot on the Western Conference rankings right now.
Wow. I like it. That's good. I just want to cap my Golden Knights statement.
Okay.
They are pooping the bed lately, for sure.
Yeah, but it's been like 3.5 months.
I know.
Very mid.
So Edmonton and Colorado 1-2, you said, right? Or Winnipeg? You got Edmonton?
No, I got Edmonton, Colorado, Winnipeg,
Winnipeg.
Vegas, Vancouver, Nashville, Dallas, and the Kings. That's the power rankings of the 8 playoff teams in the West as I see it right now. Edmonton, Colorado, Winnipeg, Vegas, Vancouver, Nashville, Dallas, and the Kings.
I would have Winnipeg 1.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, you got spicy takes. I can't believe I have to go. I'm going to sit here and debate this with you.
Winnipeg has everything you could ask for in a team. Now, Velarde, what was the news on Velarde? He's got
an enlarged spleen right now.
That's not good because he's an important piece, but they do have a deep roster, good defense. Maybe their defense can be a little sus.
This guy's getting it. I like it. That's well done.
But I like the Jets. I'd put the Oilers 2 and the Avs 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where's Vegas? Because I thought you really liked Vegas.
4.
They're 4th.
Yeah.
So same 4 teams in the top 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Just rearrange them a little bit.
All right. Okay, I got a jet.
Yep.
Big time meeting. Got to get you. Tommy's going to give
Go
you the
get it.
keyword. Take the rest
Positive
away. Positive vibes. Positive vibes.
Are you going to sneeze again?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you're not saying bye to everyone?
Oh, well, I said I'm going to jet. Goodbye, everybody.
There you go.
Thanks for tuning into the oil stream today. This is great.
Get your crap out of here.
Post-game show tomorrow night.
What's that? No, I'll stay here. I see you set it up. All right. We do have the giveaway coming up. I love it. You go put that Orlovsky blazer on with the hood.
I'm going to.
All right, buddy. You have a good meeting. Big one. Huge, great vibes here at EST on this Friday. Get your thoughts in on the playoff rankings in the Western Conference. And I'm going through this, so March 15th. See you, buddy. There you go. There goes Dusty. Bye, buddies.
Say hi to your dad for me.
Say hi. Hope you find your dad. Tom Gazzola and Zactica bringing it home here on EST on the Oil Stream. Text us 780-218-9999 or get in on the nasty chat. So, Zacticum, how do you want to do this? I have the keyword.
You do? Well, I got some stuff back here that I'm clicking buttons, and
Okay.
I can put it up on the screen while
You
you...
want to do that right now? I'll read it.
Yeah.
Let me do the...
You could read it,
Let me
yeah.
do the read. So keep it locked on Edmonton Sports Talk for the latest keyword for your chance to win a trip to Vegas. Wow. 2 nonstop flights, 3 nights accommodation, and tickets to Cirque du Soleil, presented by Fly YEG and the LVCVA. Nonstop flights to over 50 destinations. Your sports trip starts with a nonstop flight from Fly YEG. Visit www.flyyeg.com. So text in the keyword right now to 780-218-9999, and the winner will be contacted. The keyword is up there. It's a great one. Monorail. Monorail from The Simpsons. They have one in Vegas on the east side of the Strip. Goes all the way from, I believe, as far south as, what is it, MGM maybe? The MGM Grand, or is it a little bit further north from the MGM Grand, all the way up to the Convention Center? Monorail is your keyword. Text it in, 218-9999, 780-218-9999. Zacticum will pick a winner. We'll have you on, and you'll be entered into the draw for our chance to go to Vegas, trip for 2, 3 nights, and a Cirque du Soleil show. I would go see the Beatles. I think it's called Love. You like the Beatles?
I like the Beatles. It's almost as good as that Connor Brown goal song. That was the Beatles cover, but
Yeah.
what sort of like Beatles love are you talking about? Is that?
It's a Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh, it
At
is
the
a Cirque
Mirage.
du Soleil, huh? They were here in Edmonton, right? But they're always in Vegas. I
Cirque
thought
du
they
Soleil.
came here. Yeah, they came here like one time.
Yeah, there was
That's always a big thing
Cirque-
in Vegas.
They did like a mini residency at Rogers Place.
No, that's
And
awesome.
Belsey went, speaking of Belsey, Hello Hockey tomorrow at 10. We'll have Don Knockbauer, Steve Hamilton, and Dave Pagnotta on. And we'll also have a giveaway keyword on the show tomorrow, so keep it locked on to EST. Yes, Cirque du Soleil had a mini residency, and Belsey went with his wife, Lindsay, and he said that there was a group of guys just getting absolutely schmammered behind him like it was a hockey game on a Saturday.
No, I
Who does
mean,
that? It's Cirque du
you gotta do
Soleil.
it.
It's classy. It's date night.
Yeah, you have a glass of wine maybe or something. Like
Have a beer too if you want.
maybe, but
Maybe a spirit of some sort, mixed drink.
yeah, but not.
But like these guys are double fisting and they're being loud and obnoxious during Cirque du Soleil.
They were acting like a bunch of clowns, you could say.
Yes,
They're part of the circuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, see, yeah.
You're good. You're good. All right. A couple more minutes to text in the keyword for your chance to enter our flyaway to Vegas. Monorail is the word. 780-218-9999. Spell it right. Spell it right. And do not get into the nasty chat with monorail because that doesn't work. I see people have caught on.
No cap.
No cap. Am I missing something here?
No. I just said I'm thinking of other weird slang terms that I use. Yeah, you got sus, and then you got mid now. Mid. That's a good one. I like mid. Yeah.
And dust, I'm not using correctly, right?
No, it's usually I'd always think of like really any athlete who's not playing good. They're dust. Like I can dust them up, or they're playing dusty.
Yeah.
Dusty, like I don't.
But not Dustin Nielson.
Not Dustin Nielson. He's not dusty.
No. Okay, good. Got it, I think. This has been an interesting education on your generation's vernacular.
New words pop up every day, and I'm confused myself. I'm learning every day too, so I'm here along with you.
All right, a couple more minutes, and we'll call our next entrant into our Vegas giveaway with Fly YEG. Monorail is the keyword. Keep texting that in, 780-218-9999. You can enter multiple times. You can qualify multiple times. The only people that can't qualify are our staff and family. So if you're related. So, Dad, do not text in. There you go. Let's go into the nasty chat. Thoughts on Dusty's power rankings in the Western Conference. Cole in Ellerslie says the Jets look real scary. This one from Raj says, nearly crap my pants again laughing so hard at the Brown take. Yes, Cotter Brown. Good to see him score, but I've re-elevated him to Mike Pekka status, up from Peter Klima. And if he had gone down further, it was Toby Peterson. So, yes, X-Ray J all over the nasty chat, having himself a nice Friday. This one says, Stanley Cup winner is coming out of the West again. That's from Chris Runn. VR Montenegro says, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Colorado, 1-2-3, only because of goaltending, says VR Montenegro. And then Nick says Cup winner could be a legit 4 teams from the West or Florida. I really think that any team now out of the West could make it happen. If a team gets hot, an injury can totally derail any team. I think that the West, even though it's so good, I wouldn't know who to put my money on. It can go so many different ways, I feel like. That's how I look at the West. Eastern Conference a little bit different. Eastern Conference, you're going, what is Tampa Bay? Are they still a cup contender? I would argue not really. They're fading. They're fading in their window, right? They're still in the mix, but they're fading. They're nowhere near Florida at 94 points. They're nowhere near Boston at 93 points. They're nowhere near the Rangers at 90 points. Tampa is now a 76-point team. The Islanders, as of like 2 weeks ago, I'd been like, why are we even talking about the Islanders in the playoff mix? They have moved past a struggling Detroit Red Wings club into the second wild card spot in the East. Detroit tied with the Islanders at 72 points, but on a 7-game cooler right now. 3-7. Fighting with each other in practice. Not good. Wrong time of year for that to happen. How is Philadelphia in the mix? Philadelphia's 3rd in the Metro. In a year that nobody thought they would do anything. They're 4-5-1 in their last 10. Still 3rd in the Metro. Carolina is kind of in there, but I don't even look at Carolina the same way anymore. What is Toronto? They have no goaltending. Their defense, not particularly great. So I think in the East, it's easier to kind of dictate who's going to come out of the East. West, anybody's game. Anybody's game in the West. All right, couple more minutes. Or are we winding it down? Do you have a winner? You'll be contacting them shortly?
Yeah, do you want me to call them? Or what are we
Do you
doing?
want to give it another minute or two?
We could give it another minute, but...
Monorail.
Monorail.
That's your keyword. 780-218-9999. Let's see what's going on in the nasty chat here and in the inbox. I want to get to some thoughts. Inbox is probably all monorail. Yeah, lots of monorail there. Ooh, Hampton Steve says, Tommy, I'm planning to hit up Kelly's tomorrow before the Oilers game. Since you're the king of Kelly's, with it being St. Paddy's Day weekend, how early should I get there? Hashtag advertising works. Yes. Hampton Steve, I don't know, 6-ish, 5:45. I mean, maybe 6. It's an 8 o'clock start. I would say that. And it's not a big space in Kelly's, but and if it's too packed, you've got other options as well. But I'd say about 6. If you have the time to make it happen, get there early. Oilers and Avs tomorrow night. Pre-game show, 6:30 p.m. Matthew Wannick, YouTube Trev. And then Dusty will be with Trev on the post-game show. Should be great. So, rankings of power in the Western Conference. Dusty had his. I had my take on that. What say you? Which teams to look out for? Which teams do you think might be a pretender? I think there are 0 pretenders when it comes to the Western Conference. All right, let's see what's going on in the nasty chat. Tommy's showing his age for the first time. Yes, I am. I don't know these words that the kids are throwing out there. All right, I think we have a winner. Zach DeCome's almost ready. No more texting. We're closing out the text line in regard to the keyword. All right, Zach DeCome, setting it up. Almost has it. Tonight in the National Hockey League for Friday, a little bit busier than what we saw yesterday. Quiet night yesterday, certainly. Just the 2 games. Today is quiet. Tomorrow's busy. Anaheim at Winnipeg. LA at Chicago. Anaheim-Winnipeg goes at 6 our time. Chicago hosting LA at 6:30. We'll see what happens there with the Kings and if they can maybe create a little more separation from the Golden Knights. Both of those teams tied at 77 points. LA, 65 games, 33, 21, and 11. Vegas, 66 games, 35, 24, and 7. LA, 5-4-1 in its last 10. The Golden Knights, 3-6-1. Zach DeCome, you look like you're ready there. Almost?
Just one moment.
One moment, he says. All right. What say you? LA, pretender? No. LA, a threat? Not really. I'd put them there where Dusty had them at 8 in the power rankings in the West. Vegas, where do you put them? We're good to go?
Yep, we're good to go.
All right. Hello, caller. You are entered to win the fly away to Vegas trip with us here at EST. Who am I talking to?
It's Greg.
Greg, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
How many times have you been to Vegas, and when was the last time you were there?
I have been to Vegas exactly 0 times.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Greg, where would you go?
I know. I've wasted my life up until now without going there.
Well, where do you usually travel to when you go down to the States?
A lot in Europe. States, New York, I've been to, LA, but never Vegas.
All right. Well, I'll say this. Mix in a water when you go to Vegas. Know your limits at the tables and the slot machines, and then enjoy a Cirque du Soleil show. Would you be one of those guys pounding beers like Belsey experienced here in Edmonton, or would you be enjoying the show, pageantry, and artistry of Cirque du Soleil?
Probably. I'll probably have, if I win, I'll probably have to book a vacation after I get back from my vacation.
I like that because you're going to make the most of it. Do you know who you'd take with you if you did win?
My daughter turns 21 in June, so maybe her.
That would be a great trip. First experience in Vegas for both of you? Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Greg, congratulations, my man. Have yourself a great weekend. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there you go. There's our winner. Another entrant into the Fly YEGEST trip to Vegas, Greg. So there you go. Listen for the keyword for the next few weeks as we get our entries in for that one. The big draw as you get a chance to win a trip for 2 nonstop to Vegas, 3 nights accommodation, tickets to Cirque du Soleil, presented by Fly YEG and the LVCVA, and all of us here at Edmonton Sports Talk. That's great. So I like it. There's some people that still haven't got to Vegas. Usually most Edmontonians, Albertans, I've been to Vegas like 14 times.
Yeah, it's nice to see people who haven't had the chance to go to Vegas. I mean, I haven't been. I've heard great things about it. And there's so much to do there. Really,
it's more
you could
than
go
just
anytime.
Gambling and drinking.
Yeah, like my buddies, they're not really into that stuff. If they went to Vegas, they would do a lot of other things.
Yeah.
But there are other things for people who aren't into that stuff, which is fantastic.
So, like Greg says, he might need another vacation after this vacation if he were to win the trip, and he would take his daughter who's turning 21. So people go, "Oh, you're crazy. There's just drinking. That's all you do. You just walk the strip, you drink, and you gamble." No, there's shows, obviously with the Cirque show. If you want to do some hiking, Red Rock Canyon's amazing. Not that far from the city limits. I love Top Golf. Top Golf is always a great time. There's the Sphere now. You can catch a show there. There's also, where else? Is there, like, you could go check out, like, there's lots of, like, free sightseeing things you could do. Like, the conservatory at the Bellagio is always really neat. I think they still have the Chinese New Year display up, but that should be changing by the time we give away this trip to the summer setup that they have. Obviously, you go to the top of the Strat. They still have the ride where you hang over. There's Area 51, which I heard is unbelievable, just on the other side of the I-15 off the Strip. Lots of cool stuff to do. Beach party at Mandalay Bay. They've got a wave pool there. The pool has like actual sand. It's a beach party. It's really cool. They have the lazy river. Tons of things you could do. You can straight up go golfing if you want to go to Top Golf. Vegas has a lot. It's not a family place. It can be. Like, you could go to the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. But, like, it's got tons of options. And it's not always dancers, gambling, and booze. It can be. Great restaurants.
I'd want to go to the Hell's Kitchen, like, restaurant
Gordon
there.
Ramsay.
Kinda.
He's got, like, 9 different restaurants there.
It's insane. And I don't know. I'd have to flip a coin or spin a wheel or something to pick what I'd want to do, because I'd want to do it all.
I've been to the Gordon Ramsay steak. It's a lot of food. Very good, though. Yeah. We had a great time when we were there. Italy at Park MGM. You go to a baseball game. They have the Aviators in Summerlin. Lots to do. Lots to do in Las Vegas. So congrats to Greg as he enters the draw for our giveaway with the good folks at Fly YEG and the LVCVA. All right, Tom Gazzola, Zach to come with you. Mopping things up here. Dusty going to the big meeting. You could text us your thoughts heading into tomorrow night's game against Colorado. And in regard to Dusty's power rankings, there's some interesting things, too, that others said that you could do outside of Vegas proper. Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam, Norman Combine bringing that up. Hoover Dam, really neat. I'm deathly afraid of heights. They have the Pat Tillman Bridge that goes over. If you want to go to Lake Mead, you can go to Lake Mead. Have you been? Hoover Dam is an incredible accomplishment in human engineering.
I've seen pictures of it. I've actually never left the country, so yeah, I've never been to the States.
Have you left Alberta?
Yeah, I've been to Ontario and stuff, but yeah.
Saskatchewan, BC?
No BC.
No.
I've been through Saskatchewan on a train, but that's about it.
Well, it's flat. Manitoba, even more flat. Text came in, said Vegas got expensive, and it has gotten expensive. So that's why the flight, the accommodations and the tickets, that takes care of a huge chunk. And then the rest you can spend on frivolities. This text also says, if you listen to Toronto media, they're trying to push Samsonov being a good goalie despite him clearing waivers and being in the AHL for a while. We'll let them discuss that. I don't see Toronto as a threat, and I don't see Samsonov as a difference maker as a goaltender in the playoffs. Collingwood Rob says, go visit the Mob Museum, which is fantastic. There's also, if you're into like cryptic, macabre kind of things, the Zach Baggins Haunted Museum. Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel. Helicopter Tours, says Norman a Combine. Supercross, NASCAR. NASCAR was just in Phoenix last weekend. Hampton Steve says, rankings of power depend on the playoff matchups. I think it will be Jets versus Vegas, Canucks versus Preds, Oilers versus Kings, Avs versus Stars. Based on those matchups, I think the power rankings are 1, Oilers, 2, Avs, 3, Jets, 4, Preds, 5, Stars, 6, Canucks, 7, Vegas, 8, Kings. I understand. Bones chiming in. Bones says, pretty sure the monorail runs from Excalibur to the convention center. Bones, they have a separate monorail that goes Mandalay Bay all the way up to Bellagio, and that's an MGM one. And then on the other side is the Las Vegas monorail on the east side. So they're separate. There's a few kind of trams. There's a tram between Mirage and Treasure Island as well. But the monorail, I think, is just on the east side of the strip. Bones also says, by the way, for the golfers out there, Millwood's driving range opened at 11 today.
I need to get out there. I need to practice my game.
So do I. 780-218-9999. Tom Gazzola, Zactico. A couple more minutes here. Get your thoughts heading into the weekend. Oilers and the Avs should be a great one. Scott Laurie, of course, old Redbeard would say this. Brewery Row in Vegas is good. I would like to check that out. Northside Sandwich says, Tommy, how many times have you been to Vegas? You know a lot. I've been there, I think, like 15 or 16 times. Now, yeah. I've been there a lot. Yeah. I love it. And I'm not a gambler. I like the golf. I like the people watching. I'm a big people watcher, and the food. Yeah. I haven't been to a Cirque du Soleil show. I would go. I'd love to. And I missed the Sphere. I wanted to do the Sphere with the boys, but it didn't work out. It was just the timing was a little off when we were there last month. But yeah.
So, like, when was the first time you went to Vegas then, right?
I was like 15. I don't even count that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, and we stayed at, I'm going to assume my dad on this one. We stayed at the Vagabond Motel where the Encore or Wynn now sits. First time going in, it was a Disneyland trip. My brothers and I, it was our like last big trip as a family. And we get into Vegas at like 1 a.m. And we're starving. I want to go to, we went to McDonald's with the glittery lights. I remember how hot it was because we were there in the middle of the summer. And you see like Caesar's Palace, you see the Bellagio, you see Paris and the Eiffel Tower and New York. Dad, are we staying there? No. Dad, are we staying there? No. Dad, are we staying at Treasure Island? They're a pirate show. No. And he's like, we're staying at the Vagabond. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, what's the Vagabond? Like, how big is it? And then it's like, we pull into this little dumpy motel. And I'm like, why the hell are we staying here? And he's like, I got a great rate on it. We had scorpions in our bathroom. My mom killed them. My dad went and played poker. We went to McDonald's. And then I was like, I wish we were staying at any one of the other hotels.
Well, you had to leave some money for poker. Yeah, you had to have something to dish out.
Yeah, there was more than enough there. I'm sure he would have been just fine. So, anyway, yeah, I've been there like 15 times. Yeah, and then now you could get hotel, like you could get comps, you can get this, you can get that, and having had comps my last 2 or 3 times to Vegas, I look at my dad. I'm like, you cheaped out on the hotel. Could have put us in any other hotel, like one of the nice ones, Mirage, for a good rate. And he's like, well, AMA. I got my points. I got this. I got that. I'm like, you, unbelievable. Now he splurges. When him and my mom go, he splurges. So I see how it is. Anyway. So, yeah. All right. That's going to do it. Fun oil stream. We'll have Hello Hockey tomorrow, 10 a.m. Don Knockbauer, Steve Hamilton, Dave Pagnotta, and then the oil stream pre- and post-game show. Dusty in on the post-game show. Awanik in on the pre-game show. YTT with both of them. That's going to sum it up.
And can't you qualify?
You can qualify tomorrow on Hello Hockey, not on Oil Stream. So be tuned in 10 a.m. to noon, and we'll have another keyword, and we'll get another person entered into the big draw. Huge congratulations to Greg, who got in on this edition of the Oil Stream. We'll have a new keyword tomorrow. That's going to do it. Big thank you to everyone who tuned in, texted in. Zach Tecum, great work. Nicely done. For Dusty Nielson and Zach Tecum, I'm Tom Gazzola saying thanks for tuning in to all of our shows today. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday. Ciao for now.